Welcome to another episode of Fireman Saturdays, and this way I decided to take a look at Jumbo, an awful film from 2019 that's feels like it was made by college students. Sort of like Life is a Jungle. It's very bad in a lot of those kinds of ways. We got stiff animation, we've got a rather slow-paced plot, and when they do get around to, solving the crisis, it's not even that exciting either. As for the plot, basically, there's going to be a jungle spelling bee, and Jumbo's competing against, a frog whose uncle is basically the amphibian of amphibians. He owns and controls everything, effectively. He's basically the richest business mogul around. And he really wants his nephew to win that spelling bee because, he's a winner, and he wants his nephew to be a winner. After all, how can he hand his legacy over to his nephew if he's not a winner? If he's a loser and loses the spelling bee, then it's all over. His entire career, it's done right there. You can't be a successful businessman if you lose a spelling bee. I don't get the logic, but at any rate, his uncle decides to, cheat for his nephew. Like he just cheats on his behalf, which his nephew's okay with, because he's just like, that's how you win. You cheat. So they go to a word doctor, who puts a curse on Jumbo and makes him forget everything, like even who his friends are. So Jumbo and his friends, they doesn't remember, team up and find a dinosaur on the island, which, gives Jumbo memory lessons, which gives him back all his previously lost memories. And he goes to the spelling bee and wins it because, despite all of his arrogance, the nephew of the bad guy, is apparently not the world's best speller, despite him saying he never misses. So yeah, the spelling bee contest itself is really short. The end of the movie, like seriously, almost everyone goes out in the first round. I mean, maybe that's something that does happen in actual spelling bees. I haven't watched footage of them, but you think if you have the best spellers, the fact that 3 out of 5 people go out in round one, and another person goes, the next person goes out in round two. So we have a spelling bee that literally lasts just 2 rounds, 2 rounds, despite building up our spelling bee champions here, potential champions, as being some of the best spellers alive. So yeah, got a nonsensical plot, but what really kills this movie is it just plods along. There's lots of scenes where we see Jumbo practicing his spelling. Like, I get it, he's preparing for the spelling bee. You don't have to keep coming back to show more scenes of him preparing.
Try another one. Ready?
I'm ready.
You asked for it. This one's tricky.
Hit me with your best shot, Tiny.
Oh, I'm gonna. Your word is pharaoh.
Ooh, good one.
Pharaoh. P-H-A-R...
Careful, Jumbo. Think about it.
P-H-A-R-A-O-H. Pharaoh.
Wow.
Correct.
Ugh, like it just feels like you're plodding along, to pad out the runtime to 75 minutes, and you keep doing that. And then the animation itself is very stiff and limited. We don't really see too much action going on in this movie.
My point is, some animals have a natural leg up at this sort of thing.
Like, most of the interactions are literally characters just talking to each other from a set distance, and kind of get why, because, there's times when characters will just slide backwards on the ground without moving their legs, or lip syncing will be off, so I'm not even sure this is originally a film that was done in English. I could probably double check that, but I didn't think it was that important, but yeah. And then they constantly recycle certain talking animations just over and over and over again. Like, we constantly see Jumbo doing certain movements as he talks and stands in place, as if, distract the audience with the fact he's not really doing anything besides just spelling, Like, it's just not a good movie. The pacing's off. Like, if you trimmed out all the fat in this, I think you could easily get it down to, 50 or 55 minutes at most for the runtime. Because there's just so much time spent, being very verbose about everything. Like, leave that to me, man. It's my job, to take a small amount of words and somehow turn them into a mountain. At least that's how it feels when I do reviews over on RPGmaker.net sometimes, where it's just like, I gotta find ways to drag this out to get over the word limit. and drive the person that does the checking nuts by making them have to read the same points, just drawn out in the most verbose way possible. And even the finale in this week isn't that good. Because we basically go into the spelling bee, the championship round, and it only has 2 rounds. Like, I'm not kidding. Despite there being 5 contestants, most of them go out in the first round, leaving only, Jumbo and the nephew of the guy that, was willing to go out and help his nephew cheat by paying for a wordsmith to curse Jumbo, with a real curse that'd make him forget stuff. Like, even his own name. Like really? I thought this would go on much longer, so maybe like round 10 or something, be on a flash, on a card in the background, as they keep going and going and going. Like some sort of, Clash of the Titans or something. Just like, nope. This is a really brief contest. Just like, well then, why spend so much time building it up? Because apparently most animals are not very good spellers. Ugh. So yeah, definitely not a film I want to watch again. It's too slow-paced, bad animation. Just no. Just take it away. Till next time, then. See ya.
I hate elephants too. They're ugly, they take up too much space, and they smell funny.
Right? They're an embarrassment to jungle life, a blight on the land. They're not even good for manual labor since they were liberated from those traveling shows that at least used to keep them contained.